Today, I'm going to share the secret behind a supermemory, exploring how it's possible for a 90-year-old to remember names, birthdays, and events from decades ago, while others develop early-onset Alzheimer's. Whether you belong to the group that remembers everything or forgets even what you had for lunch yesterday, it's worth reflecting on the possible causes of these differences. Is the answer in the brain's structure, or is there something we can incorporate into our routine to develop a supermemory? The clues to unravel this mystery emerged with the discovery of superagers, individuals who defy even the traditional concept of aging. What could be the secret behind the remarkable memory of these people? For John, who recently noticed memory lapses, forgetting the reason for going to the kitchen, searching for the car keys, or constantly asking his wife where she put his slippers, these situations have become commonplace. It's important to emphasize that these occasional forgetfulness incidents should not cause concern, as they are shared experiences by everyone, regardless of age. In some cases, they may be symptoms of mental health disorders, especially in young individuals with stressful routines. However, as we age, these memory lapses become more frequent. The truth is that our memory's maximum capacity is reached around the age of 30. Given this context, the question arises, how can we understand and enhance our memory over time? After the age of 30, unfortunately, memory capacity seems to undergo a constant decline. Year after year, we experience a reduction in the ability to assimilate new information and recall past situations with details. Indeed, aging is associated with memory loss and other cognitive functions, a natural response to the passage of time. However, this rule has notable exceptions. Surprisingly, there is a considerable group of people with memory capacity significantly above average. Scientists from Northwestern University in the United States encountered individuals aged 80 or older who performed as well on memory tests as individuals 30 years younger. From this discovery, the term superagers emerged, suggesting that they possess the power of supermemory. But where does this extraordinary capacity come from? The next step in the research involved analyzing the brains of superagers through magnetic resonance imaging, MRI scans. These scans capture the interior of the brain, assessing details such as its shape, size, and possible alterations. Scientists initially expected to find a thinner outer layer, called the cortex, in the brains of superagers, which is common in older adults in general. It's worth noting that the cortex houses the bodies of our neurons, playing a crucial role in brain commands, including those related to memory. This research seeks to unravel the mysteries behind supermemory and understand how some individuals can maintain such remarkable cognitive capacity even in old age. The brain region known as the cortex tends to shrink gradually with the natural aging process. However, when examining the brains of superagers, scientists made a surprising discovery. Even at 80 years or older, these individuals had a thicker cortex than older adults in the same age range, maintaining a thickness similar to that of individuals aged 50 to 60. Following these superagers over the years, the revelation occurred. Although their cortex underwent shrinkage, this process happened very slowly. The crucial question then arises, what is behind this striking difference? Why can some people preserve their cortex so well and consequently exhibit supermemory, while others cannot? The answer may lie in a molecule that emerges as a possible key to the exceptional memory capacity of superagers. It's a kind of memory hormone, a substance that we all produce and that science is beginning to understand. The intriguing question is whether this molecule could be the secret to supermemory in the future. What is this molecule that was present in the brains of superagers? It all began in 1997, when Japanese scientists encountered a mystery in the laboratory. Some mice survived only until 2 months of age, whereas the norm would be to live up to 28 months. In human terms, it would be as if these mice naturally died at 20 years old. Observing them, they seemed normal at first glance. The only difference was the absence of a previously unknown molecule, which, due to its apparent importance for longevity, was named Clotho. The name Clotho is derived from the Greek goddess Clotho, responsible for weaving the thread of life. It took several years for scientists to discover that Clotho goes beyond merely extending life expectancy. This molecule also plays a fundamental role in memory preservation. Here is where the story becomes even more intriguing. Klotho is produced by some cells, including those in the brain. However, it is not confined to that organ. In fact, Klotho detaches from cells and circulates both in the bloodstream and in the fluid surrounding the brain, known as cerebrospinal fluid. This circulation allows Klotho to function as a hormone, regulating various body functions, including communication between neurons. The communication between neurons, crucial for forming new memories and recalling old ones, is strongly influenced by the presence of the Klotho molecule. However, as we age, the production of this substance gradually decreases. The result of this decline is a lower circulation of Klotho, leading to fewer stimuli to keep the brain healthy. In a study comparing different groups of elderly individuals, it was observed that those with more advanced Alzheimer's had a lower concentration of Klotho in the cerebrospinal fluid. Having reduced levels of Klotho in the brain may be a negative indicator. The crucial question is whether it is possible to prevent these problems and strengthen memory by increasing the amount of Klotho in the body. Additionally, there arises the question of the real need for a molecule to enhance memory. The answer to these questions was revealed in 2023 when scientists conducted a study with elderly monkeys. Initially, the monkeys underwent a test that assessed how many attempts were needed for them to remember the location where food was hidden. This initial test aimed to measure the ability to recall newly learned information. Subsequently, the monkeys received an injection of Klotho. 4 hours after the administration of the substance, they underwent the same memory test, but with a new hiding place. The surprise came at this point in the research. The monkeys showed a significant improvement in their ability to remember where the food was hidden after receiving the Klotho injection. Even more surprising, this result remained evident even 2 weeks after the administration, without the need for further injections of the substance. This raises the possibility of a revolutionary breakthrough in health. Imagine the positive impact Klotho could have on the independence of elderly individuals, enabling them to remember medical appointments, medication schedules, and other daily tasks without depending on family members. Furthermore, Klotho could represent a valuable safeguard for those individuals at higher genetic risk of developing diseases such as Alzheimer's. Wouldn't that be amazing? However, it's important to exercise caution because, for now, this possibility is still in the realm of ideas. Klotho needs to be carefully evaluated in animals to ensure the medium and long-term safety of receiving additional doses beyond the body's natural production. Only after this evaluation can human trials be initiated. Even though the story of Klotho holds promise, I've saved the best for last. Before we continue, click the like button below if you enjoyed learning about this discovery, and subscribe to the channel. After all, how can you improve memory without taking any injections? What does science tell us? Is it possible to induce supermemory naturally? Yes, there are simple measures you can implement in your routine today to strengthen your memory. A first step is to keep your mind active through reading. A study revealed that older individuals who dedicated 1.5 hours per day to reading for 2 months experienced an improvement in temporary memory. This is precisely the type of memory that prevents situations like going to the kitchen, scratching your head, and realizing you no longer remember the reason. In the same study, it was observed that reading books of any genre provided a greater benefit than using apps that promise to train the brain with puzzles, crosswords, and similar games. In another study that followed elderly individuals in Taiwan for 14 years, reading also proved to be an excellent way to preserve not only memory, but also cognitive skills, such as problem solving and motor skills. That's a great reason for you to start including reading in your routine, isn't it? Now, it's no use taking care of the mind and forgetting about the body. Therefore, the second tip I need to give you is maintain a healthy diet. It may sound cliché, but it's not, folks. Scientists have already observed a relationship between an unhealthy diet and impairment in cognitive abilities, including memory. A study highlighted that patients with more difficulty remembering things were precisely those who consumed more sugary drinks, such as sodas and processed juices. Consuming more than 2 of these drinks per day was also associated with a smaller brain volume, equivalent to what would happen in 2 years of aging. It's important to note that these are association studies and do not indicate a direct causal relationship. However, it's interesting to investigate what lies behind these observations and stay vigilant. Lastly, try meditating. Set aside a few minutes of your day to relax and focus on a single thing, whether it's a sound, your own breath, or even a prayer if you're religious. Scientists asked a group of university students to practice a form of meditation called mindfulness for 10 minutes before and after study sessions. The result was that they could recall more details of the content presented compared to students who didn't meditate. If you can implement any of these strategies into your routine, come back here in the comments to share your experience. I'll be very happy to receive your feedback. And I assure you that investing in your health and well-being now is the best path to build a clear and active life in old age. Big hug. Remember to subscribe to the channel with your super memory, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.